Hi,
Hello.
it's Eva and Gabriel here. So, we wanted to talk to you about feeling versus forcing. And I thought I'd start with a simple explanation of why the state of feeling, learning to be in the state of feeling, is so important. Okay, so think about this. We as humans, essentially three states in which we operate. The first one is, which we all know, the state of doing, right? Like the state of getting things done. The second one is the state of thinking, right? It's the mental state. You're solving problems, you're scheduling things, you're planning, you're in your mind. And the third state is the state of feeling. Okay, so let me explain these three states very briefly. There are two states, two modes, if you will, that are mostly focused on the outer world, so the world that we all share, outside our skin. And those two states are the state of doing and the state of thinking, mostly. The state of doing fully, because when you're acting, you're conducting in the outer world. Yeah, you're getting things done. When you are thinking, most of the time, most of us are thinking about external things, right? Like other people, what are we going to do next? What will happen in the future? Things that are located, thoughts that are focused on the outer world. So the only state that is really moving our consciousness, our focus inward, is the state of feeling. And the state of feeling is unique to all of us. Meaning, what I feel, what you feel, what Gabrielle feels are unique to us. There's this saying that feelings never lie, right? Like we may lie to ourselves in our minds, but feelings never lie. So only in this one state that is focusing inward is it impossible to force. So in the two states that are focused on outer world, thinking and doing, we can force. And you know that, right? I mean, I know that. I can force myself to do a little more. Or I can force myself to stay up and study a little more and use my mind. But if I am in the state of feeling, it is impossible to force. And Adil Palkiwala, our teacher, in his book Fire of Love, he has a whole chapter on feeling. He talks about this. When we are in the state of feeling, it is impossible to force. And therefore, in your yoga practice, when you're practicing from the state of feeling, the risk of injury is diminished gravely. The risk of injury, or doing any sports, feeling is a key to safety and it increases your awareness. In your life, it's the same. When you're feeling, you are aware, you make better decisions. As a consequence, there is less pain. So this is my thought on the three states, and you can ask yourself, and I can ask myself, which state do I occupy? All three, of course, but am I able to, have I learned to be in the state of feeling enough? And this is what yoga teaches you. Yoga teaches us, to be in the state of feeling. It's a skill. And that's what you learn, and that's what we talk about in our Sunday sessions every month.
Beautiful. Exactly. And I also think that, and what I've been reflecting about, is the pace of life. So if you think about life, it is so fast nowadays, especially if you have a job, if you have a family, if you have bills to pay, if you have a social life. There is so much demand, there is so many things going on. And if you add on top of that all the technology, all the things, all the hobbies, it's like life is just a never-ending amount of things.
To do.
Yes, exactly. Things to do.
To think about.
So when you think about your yoga practice, which is this, for many of you, is this really beautiful moment of your week or your day when you finally can have time for yourself and stop. That is the state of feeling. So feeling is an invitation in the yoga practice. Feeling is an invitation to stop and to notice what's happening, to move with awareness, to connect with yourself. So feeling and the slightly slower practice go hand in hand. Of course, you can also move a little faster and feel, but it is much easier to do when you are moving slowly. And this is beautiful because it is a pattern breaker, right? If your life, in our lives, ours are the same, is constantly rushing and doing things one after the other with no end, then you have to pause and feel in your yoga practice. Use the yoga practice for the purpose of getting that lovely state of observation, connection with yourself, and then after the practice you feel recharged rather than, oh, this is just another thing I did and okay, let's move to the next one.
You feel ready to emerge back into the state of doing.
Exactly.
From that awareness.
It leads you back into the world with a different awareness. And that is a beautiful state. And that can only be brought by feeling. So whenever you are in your yoga practice, whether it's with us or whether it's in another yoga studio, I hope you're constantly encouraged to stop and feel and to move slowly. Because that is truly a beautiful thing to experience and to be reminded of on a daily basis.
Yes, thank you. So we want to invite you to join us for the Sunday sessions, which we'll be organizing together for the entire spring. This is a class once a month on a Sunday evening. The first class will be on February 20th, Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern European Time. There's a link below where you can see more information and register. You can also register for all 5 sessions over the springtime. The topic of the first class is the topic we've been touching, which is feeling versus forcing in your yoga practice and in your life. So you'll get to go right into this topic with us in more depth on Sunday the 20th. Also, if you're interested in purchasing our teacher's book, Fire of Love, look at the link in the comments. That is also available. Thank you so much for listening to us and see you in class.
See you in class.
Bye.
Bye.